Hey everybody, my heartfelt thanks to everybody that participated in this. I hope you enjoy it. I'm not going to take too much of your time. This is our favourite fragrance discoveries for 2017.
Hey Pep, this is Augie. Thank you for letting me be a part of this collaboration, and sorry I missed the first one. My channel, Your 2 Cents, we try to cover basically everything, but I always enjoy trying to find fragrances that maybe people have overlooked just because of the sheer numbers of fragrances out there. So I'd like to bring to you, let's go with 4 today. And first one, I don't have a bottle of it, but I have a sample. This is Polo Red Extreme, the latest thing that's come out. Basically, it perked my interest because I'm always into orange, the note of orange, and this was orange, coffee, and I believe ebony wood. Might have been blood orange. And it's a fairly sweet fragrance, which is something that's really not up my alley, but it's done so well. It seems to have a lot of quality about it as far as performance goes, projection and longevity. And maybe a little bit more youthful than my 49-year-old self, but really a good fragrance. Should have the bottle. Next up, this is Oud Touch by Frank Olivier. I said it wrong in my original review. This is 2 things. It supposedly smells like Dior, the Dior product that's the on the higher end line, Oud Ispahan. There's our little sample. I did review those side by side. This is has a little more oud in it, and it doesn't actually have the note of oud, but it has resins and woods that make it smell like oud, and of course rose. And you know, it's probably a little more synthetic, but just without even the comparison, a very good fragrance just to have in your mix, and it's under like $40 still on eBay. Another one I stumbled across that I really enjoy. This is Lalique Hommage La Homme Voyageur. Just try to imagine papyrus mixed with patchouli at the beginning, and then some vetiver, and then it goes into like a vanillic dry down. So it's kind of more avant-garde to begin with, and then it gets kind of more traditional, and then it gets soothing. A really nice scent. Once again, good performance and projection, as well as the Frank Olivier, and yeah, slightly overlooked. I'm looking forward to that in fall. This is Silver Shadow by Davidoff. Basically orange and incense, and it's really a soothing orange. It's not really a bright one, and more of a fall type of it's just lovely. But I think it's less than $20 a bottle, and somehow people don't talk about it. So anyhow, thank you for letting me be a part of this. And as usual, folks, be kind. On to the next review.
I want to talk to you about one of the greatest fragrance discoveries I have made in 2017. Thank you so much, Pep from the Sentinel, for asking me to do this video. And I wanted to talk to you about a house that I discovered in 2017 most recently, and I am absolutely in love with this house, and it is the most amazing, one of the most amazing fragrance brands I've ever experienced in my life, and that is none other than Fort and Manley Perfumes. And yes, they're based out of Australia, so that's really exciting because they're right close to home for you, Pep. And I have experienced every single one of those fragrances. In fact, I'll even have a video as well if you haven't already seen it, and you'll be able to see my thoughts on every single one of the fragrances that they have to offer. In summary, I just want to tell you the entire line is amazing. The story, the perfumer is amazing. You just have to see for yourself. Everything about this brand, everything they make is stunning. It's beautiful. It is long lasting. Their bottles are probably the most gorgeous bottles I have ever seen in any perfume, and I am very excited about this brand. It's been one of the greatest discoveries of 2017 for me, and probably for you as well. Thank you for watching, and on to the next.
Hi Pep! Thank you very much for inviting me to this collab, and congratulations on 1,000 subscribers. Wow! My purchase of the year 2017 is a fragrance which was an absolute love at first sniff, and I still love it so much that I can't be without it. And when my bottle is empty, I'm gonna buy a second one, definitely. And it's because it has a note in it, which is one of my favorite notes. And in this fragrance, this note is so wonderfully blended, so perfect, so natural, so realistic that I'm always amazed when I spray it on. And I'm talking about Black Pepper by Comme des Garçons. This is a pepper masterpiece. And the wonderful thing is that in this fragrance, the pepper stays on your skin until it disappears. It's not only in the beginning that you get a blast of black pepper, it stays all the time. And while it develops, you get wonderful, wonderful cedar wood, you get patchouli, musk, tonka, and oud. And this whole composition, this whole blend is so perfect, so wonderful that I have no words how good this fragrance is and how much I love it. And yes, I absolutely recommend you all out there to try this fragrance when you like pepper, because it's the best pepper out there. This is my fragrance find of the year 2017. Bye!
Hi, this is Lanier Smith from Sense Memory, and I would like to thank the Sentinel for inviting me to join in on this collaboration. And I'm in the middle of a move. You can kind of see that my walls are bare behind me, so all of my fragrances are packed away. But I do want to be a part of this, so I will tell you what my discovery was for the year 2017, and that would be Roaring Radcliffe by Penhaligons. Roaring Radcliffe is a really beautiful fragrance. It is an aromatic spicy with notes of rum and leather and tobacco and honey and ginger. And I discovered it on a trip to San Francisco this last summer and just fell in love with it. It is really beautiful. Now the nose behind it is someone very special, and that is Daphne Bouguet. She's done so many amazing fragrances. Some of the houses she's worked for have been Kenzo, Le Labo, L'Artisan Parfumier. So it is a really special fragrance, and I definitely recommend it. Now who's next?
What's up, guys? This is Jay Copeland from the channel Stayfresh Productions. Pep, thank you so much for having me on. It looks like we're talking about our favorite fragrance discovery of 2017. And when Pep asked me to do this, it was no small feat for me to decide on one fragrance that I've enjoyed the most this year. So I had to really do some digging, and I decided on one that I actually discovered for myself early this year, back in February. And this was actually sent to me very generously by a good friend of mine by the name of A2. If you're watching this, thank you once again, man. I still really appreciate you. I'd never heard of this fragrance before it was sent to me, and since I've gotten it, I've been coming back to it frequently this year. This is a gorgeous scent, perfect for the spring and summer, but it is on the fresher side, so you can wear it all year round, doesn't really matter. It's fairly elegant. It works very well in the suit, but can also be fairly casual. And this fragrance comes from the House of Creed. I'm gonna stop building the suspense. This is from their Aqua Original line, and this is called Vetiver Geranium. Gorgeous scent, came out in 2014, and it is quite a departure from all the other fragrances in their standard men's line, like Aventus and Green Irish Tweed and Silver Mountain Water. This Aqua Original line truly is special. I've only smelled a few offerings, including this one, but this is a gorgeous scent. What you're gonna get out of this, quite a bit of citrus. There's lemon at the top. You get quite a bit of geranium, as you might expect, which brings this slightly sweet, slightly powdery, kind of rosy floral nuance to it, but it is in no way too floral because it is backed by quite a bit of musk in the base and even a little bit of spices from cinnamon. It's fairly unique. Again, it might sound a little bit feminine with all the floral nature to it, but trust me, the masculinity of the scent is intact by use of these base notes that are down there. So easy to wear, just makes me feel like myself. So if you haven't checked this one out, I recommend sampling it. It is expensive, as you might expect from Creed. It is less expensive than their standard men's line. I've been finding this online discounted for under $200, but again, I recommend sampling first. I know Scent Split has this one. There's other websites I'm sure that carry it as well in smaller form, so you don't have to drop a whole lot of cash just to get your nose on it. I do have a review of this fragrance on my channel. If you want to check it out, maybe Pep will link all of our channels down below, we'll see. But would love to have you over at the channel if you'd like. Regardless, thank you so much for checking out my part of the video. Pep, thank you so much for having me. And on to the next one.
Okay, this is your man Chad. Thank you once again to Pep for inviting me for this collaboration. Today we're going to talk about Kautat Al Jabiera. This is by the House of Nabil. This fragrance for going out on such a cold night tonight, it has three things I want to tell you about. First of all, it has oud. That's not barnyard. It's not animalistic. It is still has that Eastern tinge to it, so it has the complexity of something that people never smelled. The next thing that this fragrance has to give it so much depth is that it has some of the cleanest castoreum type of note put into this fragrance that really is just peeking its head through at the right moments to let you know that this is a scent definitely for the man in you. Now, for the ladies, I want to say that this fragrance can be pulled off by you too, because this fragrance right here has a semi-sweet berries. I mean, just mixed berries of all types to give it a little bit of edge and a little bit of sexiness that can be able to be an excellent unisex pick. So in a nutshell, if you're ready to try to walk on the dark side and try to have a fragrance that is not too dark with the oud, at the same time it's not too sweet and going too feminine, but you want something that's going to give you a resinous feel, a light smoky feel, and also be able to touch every spectrum that you need in a new kind of way oud is presented to you. Kautat Al Jabiera. Check it out. And for all that, that's my take. So my time is up, and I thank you for yours. Once again, thanks for letting me be a part of this collaboration.
Hey guys, Tina here, the Critical Virgo. Thank you, Pep, for asking me to be a part of this. Today I'm going to share some of my favorite discoveries of 2017, and there were just so many, so this was really difficult for me to narrow down. I'm going to start with something that made me say, oh my god, the first time I smelled it. I was a total blind buy. It is Choco Violet by Mancera. I know the bottle looks a little different. You guys, you've seen the larger ones, but I just could not wait for this to come to the US, so I had it imported from France. And if you want to know how to do it, you gotta go check out my channel down below. It's an amazing gourmand. It is like something I've never smelled before, so if you're looking for something that's totally unique, you definitely want to put your nose on that one. The other one is another gourmand, and it's a recent acquisition. It's by Kilian, and it's Noir Aphrodisiac. It's another chocolate fragrance. You guys know I love my chocolate fragrances, and it's just so boobsy and sexy. Now we're gonna go into the things that I actually reach for on a daily basis. First one up is by Mancera, and it is Pearl. Beautiful rose fragrance right here. I get tons of compliments every time I wear this. It caused quite the stir this year, and for good reason, because it is just so beautiful. Next one up is by Gallagher Fragrances, and this one doesn't really get a whole lot of talk. I don't know why. This one is Tulip Silk. I absolutely adore it. I love this one so much. It is so simple, yet so complex, and it's just so easy to wear. Then we have something that I've covered a few times before, and it is by Atelier Cologne. It's Clementine, California. This is such a uplifting fragrance. I love to wear this one when I go to the gym. It's perfect summer and spring as well. Then we have something that I did a whole series on and nobody's ever really talked about it. It's by Atelier Blum, or Blum, however you want to pronounce it. It is a spin-off, actually a bespoke line from Malin and Goats. This is actually my favorite from the whole series that I covered. This one reminds me a lot of Le Lagos Rose 31, but a more toned down version. So if you found that one to be too sharp, then you definitely want to try this one out. I hope you guys enjoyed my picks. I can't wait to see what everybody else chose. And don't forget to go to my channel. I'm sure Pep's gonna put a link down below, and subscribe. I do Fragrance Fridays every Friday. Bye guys.
Hey everyone, it's Stephen here from the channel Stephen Sproat, which is my name. And many thanks to Pep for inviting me to collaborate on this video. Also Pep, congratulations on reaching 1,000 subscribers lately. Yes, you highly deserve it. You're pumping out content like there's no tomorrow. So I'm glad to see success finding your way. So I've been asked what's been the best fragrance that I've purchased this year. I'm going to be using a sample because I have 3 samples of this fragrance. and this is Eau de Cupcakes by Dior. Yeah, this is an outstanding fragrance. It was one of my first niche purchases, sample-wise, and it made me realise that rose can be an extremely masculine fragrance. Like, this is classified as unisex, but to me I think it does lean towards the more masculine side, at least on my skin. There's just this kind of like deep, almost dirtiness to it, but it's also extremely luxurious, and I just find it very captivating and alluring. I absolutely love the scent of the smell of this fragrance, and I probably won't buy a bottle, so this will probably last me a good few years, and I'm happy with that. You know, I like the scent so much that I don't want to wear it too often. I kind of much prefer to just casually wear it here and there. I don't have the notes at hand, I can't tell you what's in there. There's patchouli, rose and oud, just a guess. But yeah, it's an outstanding fragrance, and it just lasts for a long time. It has good sillage, and I'm being blown away by it every time. It's been like an introductory fragrance for me as well, so I'm very happy for that, because it's allowed me to try other things that I probably wouldn't have tried unless I tried this first and realised that rose can be well for a man. That's that. Come check my channel out and see you guys later.
Hey guys, it's Lex here, and my discovery of 2017, my favourite is actually 1 Million Privé, or Prive, however the fuck it's called, I don't care. But anyway, believe it or not, I actually got this in late 2016, it's a Christmas gift, and it smells amazing. The sad thing is, performance sucks complete donkey balls. Not even clean donkey balls. Hairy, sweaty, disgusting ones. That's how bad the performance is. I mean, I get where they're coming from. They'll try to tone it down, make it less childish, more mature, you know, with the bottle design looks a lot better, even the box looks a lot less tacky, it looks gorgeous. And maybe that's where they went a bit too far. They toned the performance down too much, and it's a bit, but despite the performance, it just smells fantastic. It's got a rich, almost creamy smell to it in a way, I think. It just smells absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it makes me think of a guy in an expensive suit. It smells awesome. I mean, this really is. Smells, you know, Privé is a perfect name because it actually smells like a private line, like something Paco Rabanne would release if they released their own private line. It really is leagues ahead of the others in far as smell. This is the best smelling out of all the 1 millions in my opinion. However, it's also the worst performing, so it's kind of a hit or miss. The 1 million series, it's known for good performance, but other than that, the smell on this thing is just amazing. Even if you don't get the most performance out of it, it's worth just smelling. Even buying a tiny wee cheap decant or even a tiny little 30ml on sale just to experience it, because it is a fantastic scent. I absolutely love it, and I recommend picking it up. It's not going to offend anyone. Sure, you may need to reapply now and then, but I think for an atmosphere you don't want to really offend anyone, or something, a sort of formal atmosphere, work or something in a white collar environment, I think it's a work fine. And this is believe it or not, my favourite discovery of 2017. Smell wise, performance, it sucks dick, but smell wise, it's a goddamn masterpiece. So that is my 2017 favourite discovery.
Hello Pep, how are you doing? And boys, this is for Pep. Pep, thank you for doing this. I think it's a great idea, and I'm really grateful for the opportunity. So the subject is 2 discoveries of 2017, fragrances that I hadn't smelled before this year, and fragrances that I really enjoyed. So number 1 is a fragrance by a little known house discovered or discussed in the Fracom. It's Dermacol. I recently reviewed this. It's an exclusive review, and this is available on a free full bottle giveaway. As you can see, it's almost full. It's called Everlasting Incense and Spices by Dermacol. Guys, this was a pleasant discovery of 2017. It's a beautiful dream-like fragrance. Yeah, it's got many notes, but the most prominent ones are a lovely, beautifully executed cardamom. Yeah, most probably it's a Guatemalan cardamom. It also uses supporting notes of ginger and vanilla, and at the bottom, on the base, is a very creamy, beautiful sandalwood and lovely woody vetiver. It's an amazing fragrance, guys, and it's so cheap. I've done a full review. Do check it out, and do get yourself this bottle. It's a beautiful, fabulous fragrance. The next one, what I wanted to do was 2, 1 designer, 1 niche. This is a house which before 2017 wasn't known to me. It's a house called Jovoy of Paris, and the name of the fragrance is Les jours sont faits. And the presentation, I'm sorry I got it upside down. This is the presentation, fellas. Les jours sont faits. Yeah? This fragrance caught my attention this year because I was sampling a few from Joy. And the reason it caught my attention was the nature of the composition. It's got a very beautiful, bright orange blossom and Angelica at the top. So it starts very funky. And in the middle, it's got a beautiful, daring tobacco note allied with some boozy notes. Most probably, it's basically a rum or a cognac note, or both. And at the bottom, it's got the nicest patchouli I've smelled. It's a fantastic, manly fragrance, and I enjoy it thoroughly. I'll be reviewing it shortly. So that's it, Beb. Thank you again. And fellas, I hope you enjoyed it. AC, signing off.
Hey guys, Joe here with you. Once again, I'm doing a collab work with my very dear friend Pep, aka Mr. George Clooney. He's one awesome reviewer and one hell of a good looking guy, right? So thanks Pep for inviting me in. Really a pleasure and honor for me. So I'm going to show you two fragrances that I bought this year, and I think these two are my most favorite among all the purchases. All right, I'm going to show you side by side. One is Prada L'Homme Intense, this one, and Narciso Rodriguez for Him EDP. These two are a little bit more mature, a little bit cold weather scent. I'm not going to go into details. I have reviewed them, many reviews out there. If you haven't checked out these two, my suggestion to you for the upcoming winter, check these out, right? Narciso Rodriguez for EDP, Prada L'Homme Intense. That's all from me. Moving on to the next review. Take care. Bye-bye.
Hi everyone, and thank you Pep for including me in this wonderful collaboration. I have made a lot of great new fragrance discoveries this year, and there are a lot that do stand out, but today I've only chosen 3 of my most favourite discoveries for the year 2017, and here they are. Aedis de Venustus Siège de Lune, Roger Parfum's Création et Pour Femme Parfum, and finally Fragrance du Bois Amber Intense. These 3 were all blind purchases for me and have become my favourite fragrances of all time. Amber Intense is a smoky, rich and opulent amber-based scent. Roger Parfum's Création E is a delicious peachy, musky vanilla floral that has me craving peaches and cream every time I wear it. And Siège de Lune is a cross between a gourmand, a yellow floral, and a powdery scent that was love at first sniff for me. So these were my 3 choices, and thank you so much for watching, guys.
Hi everyone. I just wanted to thank Pep for including me in his collaboration. He asked everyone to talk about one of your most favorite fragrant discoveries of 2017. And I had to think back on it a bit. I usually don't find too many things in a given year that I really fall in love with, but I blind bought this off of FragranceNet earlier this year, and I've already posted a review of it actually. It is Fougère Royale by the French house of Vetiver. This was actually the first Fougère really ever made back in 1882. And they continued making it up until the 1950s or 1960s, at which point it got discontinued. And then about 6 or 8 years ago, they asked perfumer Rodrigo Flores Rieu to sort of reimagine it. And this is what he came up with. It's a lovely, really nice, sort of a timeless smell, I think. Because it's a fougère, it's really heavy in lavender and coumarin. But don't think about those really bombastic fougères of the 70s and 80s that were really popular for men. This is assertive, yet also not bombastic, not overly loud. It's very, very nice. I get great performance out of it, and while it's not exactly a seasonal scent here in the United States, in Australia, of course, it's getting to be summer. It's coming up on summer, so it would be perfect for them. And by the way, I've been keeping up with Australian politics. It looks like you guys are getting one step closer to marriage equality, so congratulations on that. Bye, guys.
Hi everyone, it's Sam Bubblez. Thank you so much, Pep, for including me in this collaboration. In 2017, I discovered lots of great and amazing fragrances, but there were a few that stood out to me. So the first one that I fell head over heels in love with is from the house of Yves Saint Laurent. It's from their exclusive line, and it's called Vinyl. This has the most beautiful opening that I've experienced in years. The Immortelle is just stunning in this fragrance. This is one of the most artistic and wearable fragrances that I've come across in quite some time. My second pick is also from the house of Yves Saint Laurent, and this is Tuxedo. And as soon as I put this on, I was getting compliments left and right. This exclusive line from Yves Saint Laurent has so many amazing fragrances in it, and you can't go wrong with any of them. Now, the next fragrance that I was impressed by was a blind buy for me, and it's Velvet Vanilla from Mancera. This is absolutely gorgeous. This is one of the most beautiful tuberose fragrances that I've come across, and it has a beautiful Angelica note in the opening. It's very similar to Angelique Noir by Guerlain, but it has excellent projection and longevity. And the last but not least fragrance, and it was very difficult for me to find it, but once I found it, it was Love. And this is Zadig & Voltaire, This Is Her. Now you can see I'm almost halfway through this bottle and I haven't had it not even half a year yet. I just love this fragrance so much. I get compliments on this all the time. This is a beautiful creamy fragrance with a nice gourmand touch of chestnut and pink pepper and whipped cream. It's absolutely unisex and gorgeous. So thank you so much, Pep, and on to the next reviewer.
Hi guys, it's me, Arlene.
And Andrew.
And we are Eau de Cupcakes. Okay, so Pep asked us if we would like to do a video
on our favourite discoveries of 2017.
Okay, let's get into it then. Andrew, you should go first.
Okay, my first favourite discovery of the year is Casmarati Lira, also by Davidoff, which is kind of a sparkling caramel kind of smell, which I really like.
Oh, can I tell us? Oh, sorry.
Sure.
I'm interrupting. I'm sorry.
Please chip in.
Oh, when I wore this, I was testing this when I was in Canada earlier this year.
Okay.
And I wore it with my nephew, and he's like, "Where's the cookies?" So I was like, "Okay." It's very cookie-like to me. No, I'm gonna do one, and then you do one.
Okay, sure.
Okay, my favorite discovery of 2017. Well, I have two. This is the first one. This is Lemon Eclair by Ganesh Parfums. I've talked about it a lot on my channel already, but basically it smells like a lemon eclair, lemon curd, lemon cheesecake, that kind of vibe. And it's delicious. I love it so much.
Okay, and my second and final favourite discovery of the year is also by Ganesh Parfums and is Ice Cream Shop. And this sounds fantastic because basically if you like the title of something, you'll like the perfume.
Yeah.
So basically if you don't like the title, don't bother sampling it. But if you like the title, then it smells exactly like an ice cream shop. You're walking in there with like rum and raisin ice cream.
And the waffle cone
and waffle cone
too.
Yeah.
It's great.
So that's number two and final discovery.
And my second choice for my favorite discovery of 2017 from the house of Maison Francis Kirk Dion, and it's called Grand Soir. I've talked about it already on my channel as well, but it is a spicy, ambery, vanilla, boozy, and very, very intense fragrance. I only need like 1 or 2 sprays and it does really well on my skin. So Grand Soir, I love it.
Anyway, thank you very much for inviting us to your videos, Pep, and we'll follow on to the next reviewer. Alright, thank you. All right,
bye.
Salutations friends, and welcome to Pep's channel. Thank you so much, Pep, for having me be a part of your channel. I'm always so honored when you do these collab videos, and you're so thoughtful to include me, so thank you so much. Hi, I'm Kristen from the channel Beauty Meow, and I'm here to share with you my favorite fragrance, or a love fragrance, something I fell in love with, absolutely obsessed with, for 2017. Now, the first time we did this video early on, I was talking about 1899 from Ernest Hemingway from History's des Parfums. It's absolutely gorgeous fragrance. It's a beautiful mix of creamy and woody and spiced. Absolutely gorgeous. But a new fragrance that's just completely stolen my heart and my mind, love it so much, is from 4160 Tuesdays London. This is the semi-bespoke fragrance from the Facebook fragrance group Eau My Soul. I talked about this fragrance before as I initially tried it and wore it. It shot up to my top 5. Really, really love this fragrance. This is kind of how I always want to smell, really beautiful. It's a beautiful mix of sandalwood and vetiver and amber and incense, and there's just a beautiful depth to this fragrance, but it's really light on the skin. It's very playful and warm and sweet and woodsy and smoky and light and dark. It's just a beautiful juxtaposition of all the different notes compiled into one fragrance, and it's done in such a fantastic way, and Sarah McCartney just did an absolutely amazing job. Really love this fragrance so much. I can't stop smelling it. It's so good. I've raved about this so much on my channel, and I will continue to rave about it because it's absolutely beautiful. But this has definitely just completely stolen the show this year in regards to new fragrances I've acquired and just really been appreciating. So yeah, that's my thoughts. That's my fragrance. Again, from 4160 Tuesdays London, Eau My Soul. Love it. If you have the opportunity to sample it or try it, I would definitely recommend it. All right, on to the next one.
2017 is quickly coming to an end, and the fragrance I'm going to talk about is one that I wish I would have found a long time ago. I've been talking about this fragrance a lot on my channel. I've been talking about it on other people's channel. I'm pretty sick of hearing myself talk about this fragrance, but it is Gourmand Coquine from Guerlain. This is the most beautiful, exquisite gourmand fragrance I have ever tried in my life. This is the most intoxicating mix of booziness with cocoa and vanilla, a tiny bit of rose. This scent is just magnificent, and I am in love with it. If you haven't smelled it, please do. It is my pick for my favorite discovery of 2017. On to the next person.
Hey, it's Sebastian with Smelling Great Fragrance Reviews. Pep, thanks so much for inviting me to do this collab. I know it's been a busy time of year for me, and I've turned down a few videos, but I kept being pressured by you to do this, so finally I had a little time to sit and do this video. So my favorite fragrant discovery for 2017 is fucking fabulous. I'm kidding, it's not fucking fabulous. No, I don't think it's actually even fucking fabulous. I have two I want to mention. The first one I want to mention is L'Animal Sauvage by Marlou. Sexiest fragrance that I have ever put my nose on. This is gorgeous. It's a musk, animalic, but very, very beautiful. Not overly animalic, just hinting at the musks with floral notes. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous scent. It's pretty new. I did a video for this one, and if you're at all into sexy fragrances and musks, you gotta check it out. L'Animal Sauvage basically means wild animal. So it's beautiful, very, very sexy. That's one. And number two is one I discovered earlier this year. It's from Parfums de Marly. It's Carlisle. Another favorite fragrant discovery of 2017. This is a Paris exclusive, but I think it's making a debut here in the States sometime very soon. But I find this to be a really, really awesome release. I almost think that it's a combo of Herod from Parfums de Marly and also Leighton together, and it's beast mode, major longevity, excellent release, and absolutely love it. So two favorite fragrant discoveries for 2017, L'Animal Sauvage and Carlisle. And no, definitely wasn't fucking fabulous.
What's up everybody, David here with the Fragrance Bros. Thank you Pep for having me on for this collaboration. Really appreciate it, really honored to be a part. So a fragrance that really blew me away in 2017 was Eccentric 04 by Eccentric Molecules. And now I actually have a full review of this as well as Molecule 04, which is also spectacular. If you're unfamiliar with Eccentric Molecules has a range of fragrances that they release in pairs. One of the fragrances specializes in one note, which is usually a synthetic ingredient in perfumery. And then they have their eccentric pairing, which is the other fragrance that they release at the same time. The eccentric fragrance takes what was in the molecule fragrance and uses that ingredient and then just kind of makes it more complex into a more traditional fragrance that we're used to. Now, Eccentric 04 takes Javanol, which was in Molecule 04. Javanol is a synthetic sandalwood, and from what I understand, Javanol is pretty expensive. Now, regular sandalwood is in some places very endangered, and if you can actually find really good sandalwood, very, very expensive for a perfume extract. Now, I don't know if this compares with the really good stuff, but as it stands on its own, Javanol by itself is fantastic. It's great, very complex molecule by itself. So Molecule 04 was really good. Eccentric 04 takes Javanol, but then also kind of drapes this really sour, citrusy, green quality on top that really matches well with the sandalwood. The only thing that I could really compare it to would be Allure Homme Edition Blanche by Chanel. There are a little bit of similarities there. I wore this a lot in the spring and summer, and I got so many compliments from it. Every time I wore it, someone would pass by or just come near me and say, "Man, you smell so good." And that's just the power of this fragrance. It's just an incredible fragrance. It works really best in the warmer weather, but I could probably see you wear it in the cooler weather as well. It's also very, very versatile, and typically with fresher scents, they're really good for work and casual, but this can be used in dates, I think. This could be used in formal situations. It's just that good. So that's my choice. Thank you again, Pep. I'll see you guys later.
You guys might not know me, but my name is Hanan, and I'm from the channel called The Broadwalk. First of all, I'd like to thank Pep for kind of messaging me and asking me if I wanted to be part of this collab, and hell yeah. And he basically asked what is my best discovery of 2017, and I know the exact fragrance that comes to mind. It's not a 2017 release per se, but I discovered this brand and this house a lot more this year and completely fell in love with a scent. And the scent is Bouton de Palace by Etat Libre d'Orange, and most of you who watch me will know that I will 100% pick this because I talk about this scent to death. It's just a very me scent. It's mostly a lot of like powdery notes and a lot of like violet as well. It's so feminine, like that part of the fragrance is just so uber feminine, but true to its name, it also has a kind of like dark and mysterious side. So behind all these like powdery notes, there is an underlining animalic overtone that just gives this fragrance a certain edge that doesn't make it so, you know, frilly and like feminine. It's also kind of like empowering and sexy as well. That aspect of it is what I love. It's kind of like feminine with a twist. It's really girly, but it's really sexy and mysterious at the same time, and I love it. It's super wearable. I think, you know, this house is kind of known to be really avant-garde and really strange, but this is actually an uber wearable scent. It's really great for days that you want to feel really sexy and attractive. In terms of sillage and projection, it definitely projects, but it's more of like a wafter that just like, you know, lures you in with its really beautiful powdery femininity. But when you come close, you smell this like twist to it as well. I love this, and I definitely will continue to wear this in 2018 as well. And that's it. Thank you so much, Pep, for asking me to be a part of this, and I wish you all the best. See you guys next time. Bye.
Hi Pep, thanks for inviting us onto your channel, The Sentinel. We are pleased to be here, aren't we, sweetie? That's a yes. And my favourite fragrance from 2017, without any shadow of a doubt, has been SP Parfums Suntan Glam. This is an extract parfum, a 13ml bottle, and I bloody love it. It is sexy as, it is so sexy. So you've got this suntan lotion smell, like coconut, white florals, creaminess, but you also get some sort of incense, woodsiness, a lot of sort of smoky sexiness. There's musks and there's a slight dirty earthiness coming through as well. The stuff goes on forever. It smells amazing on men and women, and I just really love it. I can't imagine being without it. It is the best thing that I smelled in 2017. Thanks again, Pep.
Guys, I'm going to keep this very quick. These are my favourite fragrance discoveries for 2017, and it's going to be reasonably obvious from previous videos, but my favourite fragrance discovery for 2017 was Australian perfume houses. Goldfield and Banks, Pacific Rock Moss, discovered way back in January. First time I found an Australian niche house, and this is a fantastic warm weather fragrance, a freshie with fantastic performance. Fort and Manley, this is Mr. Bojnikov's Purple Hat. You know I love Confessions of a Garden Gnome. Amazing house, beautiful bottles, beautiful fragrance, not much else to be said. Last but definitely not least, this is The Hedonist by Cult of Scent. This is one of the most amazing fragrances I've smelled. So sexy, castoreum, leather, smoke, incense, I love it. And recently a few lucky people were able to win samples of all these houses, and they were my favourite fragrance discoveries of 2017. Thank you to everyone who's been watching this year, and I hope you discovered some great fragrances this year as well. Please let us know. I'm sorry it's a long video, and you know, you can skip ahead or watch the whole thing, but I think it's definitely worth it, and there's been some great choices in this whole collaboration video. Thanks to everyone once again for taking part. I really appreciate it, and have a great holiday season. Until next time, see you guys.